Hey, welcome back, CEOs, to you, the creators, entrepreneurs, and high level operators. How are you guys doing this evening? I know I'm supposed to try to get on here early, but I get home, I want to see my wife, even though she may be doing a session with her work, and then hang out with my Roddy. She needs at least about 1,000 butt rubs before I get going. But hey, for you creators, small creator, YouTube creators, how you guys doing? Also, this session that I want to talk to you guys today, I want to dive right into something that separates the dreamers from the achievers. And this I thought about today is called delayed gratification. Now, when you hear that, it's kind of like, oh, but when you are working towards, like for me, I'm coming up on 30 years of working with the federal government. I still remember that day one when I first started, right? So as I'm maybe looking to make a transition, retire, do whatever, I'm starting my journey with that of understanding day trading. Me and my wife having an online e-commerce business, YouTube channel, as well as coaching and or consulting. So this is kind of like my, I guess, my day, going to be my day 86 as far as uploading a video, because I am really looking for a deeper understanding of all these opportunities that I'm learning about. And so whether you're growing a YouTube channel or you're scaling your business and or a creator with art and music, or an entrepreneur in the area of fashion or design, makeup, health and or fitness, different things like that, uh, or just stepping out into the world as a high level operating, like a consultant or a coach, someone that a speaker that desires to go on that level. Those skills are game changers. In order to develop, you have to put your all into it, which in essence, sometimes people do see amazing success right away. But other time, when you hear the word delayed gratification, it is one of those type of things. Is like, oh, how am I going to do this? It's the understanding that you're dropping, planting that seed once again for that thing, that item that you wish to get success out of. You know, delayed gratification is the ability to resist immediate rewards for greater long-term success. You know, that's just the whole rhyme or reason behind why people do what they do, because they have a passion for it. You know, successful, businessmen, businesswomen, leaders spend years building a large audience, a large customer base, a large, successful YouTubers, before they even achieve financial success. You know, that's what is understood, that, it's understood that by one doctor that in order to establish personal mastery, you have to spend a minimum of 2.5 hours each day for a total of 10 years to earn that personal mastery into what it is that you really do. Like the work that I do now is almost like the back of my hand. I'm talking about, going from a mission support specialist to a manager program analyst, now to being an administrative officer. Huge. It is more responsibility up on me, but I feel like I can handle it. But I don't also try to do the job myself. I have employees. I'm a manager, I supervise people. So those people become my subject matter expert. My job is to teach them the best practices, to communicate to them about the things that are going on in their various areas, to make sure that they are empowered to do their job so they can feel rewarded. And then also have that teamwork environment. That's the whole psychology that I've learned and understood about delayed gratification along those lines. So, as entrepreneurs who reinvest their profits instead of spending them early, they grow their company, they grow their business, they grow their their passion, so that they can bring on board probably other people. The psychology, the study of becoming a person that understands delayed gratification and where it comes from, because that is such a hard thing to do. I think in one of my videos I talked about when I met a gentleman and I asked him about the difference between my generation at the time, when I was about, they said, 26 years of age, and his generation, because he was an older gentleman. And he told me point blank the difference between his generation, meaning like my mother, my father, and or my grandparents, was that what took them or him to achieve, you know, uh, where he's at, where they've attained, it took that 20 to 40 years that my generation at the time, Gen Xers, we wanted it in like about 2 to 4 years, and so we have that microwave mentality sometimes when it comes to the things that we're doing, and until we begin to realize it, that's even myself as well as you, uh, it will haunt us, because if we don't see the success, we feel like, oh, we are not successful. And if, when you highlight how, whether your YouTube channel as a small content creator, or you as a creator, a CEO, a high level operator, uh, I begin to understand how it requires patience, persistence, and consistent effort, then that's going to make the mark, it feel like a slow trog. Once you get that, then hey, I'm here for the long game. And if you got that right there, that mindset, that psychology, drop me a comment in the comment section. Let me know that you got this, that you understand it, that you're in it for the long term, and that each day you're going to be putting your best foot forward. Even this evening, you're going to go to bed allowing your mind to feel relieved, not bogged down by what do I got to do that, because that's going to help you attain that which you really want. So, oh, I gotta let my Rottweiler out. She was under the. Go ahead, go see Mama. Go. I'm sorry, guys. She's doing a thing. She's sleeping at my feet now. She smells something. She ready to move. She's looking for food. The next thing is that, how do you relate your YouTube journey? How do you relate your journey with the creation that you're making, with your entrepreneurship? How do you relate that as a high level operator? When I started CEO 369 Consulting back in, I want to say November 11th of 2024, I had to remind myself that great things take time, that I'm planting this seed today for a harvest down the road. The what I would see, even when I would be able to look back. Just imagine this: if I did this, and then my grandchildren are able to see it, my kids are able to view it, and they say, "Hey, that's granddad, that's Baba," and they start taking those nuggets at a very young age, and it helps to encourage them, help them to rise, to be successful and understand it. And then we can sit around and talk about the times that we got together and they watched my video. Just think of it that way, for you, for your loved ones, for your friends, to give you encouragement to go forward. Next thing, biggest thing I can definitely say when it comes to delayed gratification for all CEOs: set long-term goals. That would be my first and foremost thing to you. Put forth metrics as far as a matter of engaging, brand building, instead of, um, they call them vanity metrics, like getting views and or likes, or on your website, have something that you can offer up and to get your customers or your clients coming in to doing the work with you. I remember a person had a an event, and they spread all these chairs out, And then it was very few people that came to hear them, and they had this feeling like, oh my God, I didn't, it wasn't a success. I sometimes feel and believe if I get one person that might give me a thumbs up or a like on my YouTube channel, to me that's tremendous. And at the same token, when they did their next session, they put a small number of chairs than what they had at their very first event. And next thing you know, when they had this over time, those number of their audience grew. And so they started then being able to put the chairs out because they had people working, and on average they then began to see what their numbers would be like. So starting that off would then lead you into number two, which is content consistency. What it is that you're doing as a creator, if you're a painter, an artist, put your music out there. I saw this one gentleman this evening, and I'm trying to remember his name on YouTube. Oh, it's he has some very awesome content. It's called Fishy Things, but he has music while you're looking at like a fishbowl or whatever, and it is about sometimes anywhere from 3 to 5 minute video, music videos that he does, but he's very consistent in it. I met him yesterday during the live, and I just connected with him right off the bat because I like fish, not necessarily just to eat, but I had aquariums and different goldfish and things like that. So I thought that was very original. That was different. Also, another thing about being consistent, I heard this from another content creator that that person didn't have a niche. Even though she talks to women that are over 50, she just simply believes that that's she doesn't need a niche, and she has blown up, as it relates to her YouTube channel and the things that she's doing. And I find that very encouraging because sometimes people get stuck if they don't quite get their niche. And I just wanted to put this person out there. Her name was Life with Latticity. Licity. And I want to send this to my wife because I thought her message today was on point when she started creating her content on YouTube. Even though she has got monetized. I think she said she got monetized in about 4 months. Or no, for in about a month, but she has connected with her people. I see people when me and my wife do our pop up shops, sometimes various tents and vendors are out there, and sometimes people are amazing, go to various tents, while others may not feel like they get as many customers coming to them. But when you get out there and you put your best foot forward, that's all that it is. Being consistent in this game. A lot of people are looking for that monetization, especially on YouTube, or like when we do a pop up shop. Me and my wife pray about a dollar amount that we want to make. In our business, we pray about a dollar amount that we want to make on our online e-commerce business, myrootadvines.com, because we wish to be successful in it, but we understand, unlike a brick and mortar where people can come and go, a lot of people are, when it comes to the online e-commerce business, sometimes you have to put in additional work to make that happen. So we're loving it. We also talk about reinvesting early our earnings back into our company. you know, Better design. My wife has taken on a lot of that with our online e-commerce business, and understanding that instead of spending the monies immediately just on ourselves, is good. Every dollar you make should fuel your next big idea and not your next big purchase. Like sometimes it happens for some of us. Entrepreneurs or creators, I mean, things do come up and you have needs. So when you are as an entrepreneur and or a high level operator, your business investments are very important. Illustrate the importance of reinvesting your profits into growing, training, and tools like that. The best CEOs understand that short term sacrifices lead to long term dominance. And that's the nature of what I wish to do. I'm sure that's what you wish to do. Leave a comment. How are you? What are you giving yourself as far as a matrix and/or time to build your business as a creator, to build your business as an entrepreneur, build your business as a high-level operator? How about for yourself? What about for your mindset? What are you giving yourself? Uplifting yourself, reading, studying, growing, as far as your heart's at. How are you with your emotions? Are you able to control those through ways of meditation, prayer, or just being alone? Can you be alone? Do you need to have somebody? Do you need to be on your phone all the time? Do you need to, you know, to always, or can you just pull back and be at peace with yourself? About your health set. Are you taking time out to get that workout you know, in the morning, in the afternoon, so that you feel good? I had a gentleman say that's what he wanted to be able to do, so he can have time for his grandchildren. I work in a law enforcement environment, and a lot of those guys it's mandatory that they retire at the 57 mark, 57 years of age mark. I'm not law enforcement, so I'm an administrative officer, so I handle all of the facets from facilities to fleet management to property management to budgets, dealing with HR and or travel. So I get the vast opportunity to, I can choose to retire at 60, 65 if I so wish. And nowadays, Congress is talking about raising the retirement age limit up to 70. Don't think I'll be in that group. So I'm grateful for that. Best thing that you can do is number two, strategic patience. You know, that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs or companies choose to do that thrive upon by prioritizing long-term gains. So, or long-term goals for yourself, both personally and professionally. So you know where you want to be down that road. I think, me and my wife already had our second meeting regarding our financial blueprint. And I think we got another meeting coming up this week, but we're really zoned in on that. If you're doing that, drop me a comment. Let me know if that's something that you're dealing with. You know, if you look at examples like some of the bigger companies, whether it's Clorox, whether it's Apple, whether it's Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, you know, in these indices, even like Coca-Cola for that matter, you know, uh, they didn't prioritize their profits for years, but instead focused on expansion and innovation. Because a lot of these companies started out in garages or in small stores, and they're like juggernauts now. A lot of people are upset with them on certain different types of level, but they put in the work. It didn't, the overnight success wasn't there. I mean, I think my wife has watched several videos. I sat in on some like when McDonald's came up or when Wendy's, these fast food restaurants, they were normal mom and pop stores, but they wanted to grow and they figured out how that they would sacrifice to expand and grow. And now you pretty much can't go down any major street highway without seeing their signs. Also just think about like daily habits. Those are some other key areas. Aligning what it is that you do with your message. Like for me, learning from Robert Sharma in the 5 a.m. club, I always talk about my three pillars for my foundation, which is honor, love, and respect. But I also mention at the end that if you own your morning, you will elevate your life. And I deeply believe that because by the way that you get your day started is how it's going to come to and for you throughout the day. So if you can't be up, full of energy, ready to hit the streets, you never know what may be coming your way. And distractions can cause a lot of heartache. So with delayed gratification, and another thing that I often say that if you Dream big, start small, but start now, which will allow you, by starting small with consistent actions like a morning routine that sets the tone for productivity and focus throughout your day. And that is almost the that right there is that's like an ingredient for a great sandwich. I was think about it like that. I like to do things where I that helps me to remember. I was always taught, think about how you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. What is the first thing you do? Well, of course, you're going to get all your items out, your bread, your peanut butter and jelly, and you know a butter knife or a spoon. Then you're gonna bit your bread out. Then you're gonna lay out whether you start with the peanut butter first or the jelly first, or you mix them together, and then you're gonna close it, put it on a saucer. Some people cut it square, some people cut it like a triangle, or some people eat it whole. It's up to you. That's the best part about this. With delayed gratification, you begin to visualize your success. Talked about that in another video. Encourage your audience. I want to encourage you to create that vision board if you have not done that in the start of this new year. Also, write down your goals. I showed you my journal. Have those things written down so I can tap into them when I have a need to. Also, uh, if you remember growing up in school, the lowest common denominator, break it down. The best part about doing the thing that you do as a creator, as a YouTube content creator, as an entrepreneur, high level operator, you can break things down into smaller, manageable milestones to celebrate your progress. Remember, I talk about those small wins, those are critical. Maybe instead of, if you have a website and you have people come into it, you give yourself some time on that. Maybe if you're selling artwork or music, you know, you might have made 50 copies of something or 50 drawings and you got them up. Maybe work on one masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? If you're a YouTube content creator, instead of trying to get 1,000 subscriber, you might celebrate just that 100. Again, I'm 2 months into this game. I think I'm closing in on my 40. That was one of my milestones that I set up when I did like vidIQ. It is a website that helps you to look at your matrix. But I'm still putting on my videos. Just I'm not worried about, did I make it or didn't I make it? They oftentimes send me emails or yeah, to my email, CEO 369 consulting at gmail.com. They will send me like, hey, you hit, and I haven't not even thought about it. You hit five to subscriber, 10. It's just a way that they work to keep you excited about what you're doing. So I'm excited when I do see them, but at the same time, I've already established in my head, and I tell you guys quite often, 5 million videos. But I'm in a business about learning how to do thumbnails so I can add that to my repertoire. I'm learning how to do shorts so I can add that to my repertoire because YouTube has resources out on YouTube Studio to help you to perfect what it is that you do. Just like I said, vidIQ does as well. Um, Sometimes developing patience may be the next big thing that we have to do. Practical advice. Some things like I said earlier, meditation, journaling, spending time with your mentor. I talk about Robin Sharma often, and a lot of times it is through his audio, it's through his books. I want to soak that in. I want to take in all of the great things he has taught me, and I want to be able to put them to practical use. As they said, you should be able to, whatever it is that you're doing that you have a passion for, you should be able to teach it as if you're teaching it to a 5-year old so that they understand it. And that's my hope in developing this. And then finally, the next thing, number 4, always reward yourself. I think not, just a pat on the back, give yourself a hug, go out and buy you something that you really truly enjoy. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. I'll suggest healthy rewards because we're moving into the start of the new year. But whatever you feel like you need, want, just that for your progress to stay motivated without derailing your long-term goals. Because sometimes, I mean, I think a couple of days ago I had a weird feeling. I don't know if it's you. Let me know. I sometimes have to give Chauncey a pep talk. Say, come on, man. You said you're gonna be consistent. You're gonna put these videos. I mean, if you look at the number of days compared to how many videos, I'm ahead of my schedule, and I want to keep that momentum. I don't want that to slow up, slow down. I got things to do. The biggest part about this, just to recap some key points as a closing and a call to action for us all. Delayed gratification is the cornerstone for successful for you as a CEO, creator, entrepreneur, high level operator, you as a YouTube creator, small YouTube creator, entrepreneur. Focus on consistency, long term goals, and strategic patience. And then, as an example, some of the things that I do, like I told you, when I have that 5 o'clock a.m., I wake up, I put on my gear to get ready for my morning workout. 20 20 20 formula. I do that 20-minute workout. I then have that 20 minute of reflection and meditation. And then I wind it down by 20 minutes of growth by reading something that I am learning from, whether it's the coaching Bible, whether it's the Arthur Schomburg, John Henry Clark, YouTube secrets. It's there. It's right at my fingertips so that I can get to it. And what I like to do for the most part is through CEO 369. I want you to share with me your long term goal in the comments section. I'd like for you to like my channel and also subscribe. Please subscribe, share my video. Uh, let's keep each other accountable. Remember, as CEOs, if you own your morning, you definitely gonna elevate your life. And as I say, if you honor yourself, you're gonna honor others. If you respect yourself, correction, love yourself, you will love others. And then that final piece right there, if you respect yourself, you will respect others. And also remember, as Robert Sharma would say, own your morning and you will elevate your life. Guys, I appreciate the time you've given me. Thank you. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Take care.